In today's video, we are going to tackle yarn for Christmas projects. With so many colors, textures, and techniques to choose from, the possibilities are endless. From ornaments to gift wrap, decorations to accessories, yarn can bring a touch of handmade magic to your holiday season. So let's start crafting with yarn right now. For this project, we're going to start off with one of these Dollar Tree wreath forms. We're also going to be using some chunky yarn that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby, and then my ribbon also came from Hobby Lobby. This is a super simple project. I recently attended the Pinners Conference in Scottsdale, and I was able to learn this technique on a candy cane wreath, and I thought it would be fun to recreate it on a circle wreath. So all we're going to do is wrap our chunky yarn around about 5 times. And then we're going to fold our ribbon over and then go another 5 times, and then we'll fold our ribbon back over and continue this technique. It's super easy. We're going to cover part of our ribbon and we're going to have part of our ribbon showing. We'd only want it to show a little bit like it's threaded through. As you continue to go around the wreath, whatever ribbon you're using, this is a wired ribbon, you're going to manipulate it to go around in a circle. That way you get a circular look when you're all the way to the end of your yarn. This is a super simple technique. It was really easy to do, and I feel like anyone could make this wreath. So once we get to the end here, we're just going to finish off going around our ribbon, and then in the back we're going to go ahead and cut it off, and then we're going to glue it in the back. So I had quite a bit of yarn left over, so if you're concerned about the price of the yarn, it was about $7.99 at Hobby Lobby, and you didn't use maybe a third to do this wreath. I do 2 projects with it in this video and still have quite a bit left over, so you do get a lot for the price. I'm going to go ahead and make a super simple bow here. I just kind of looped it over together using some zip ties. Used one full zip tie in the middle to kind of tie it all together, and then we're going to puff out our bows or our loops of our bow. Once we have those puffed out, we're going to go ahead and take another zip tie and we're going to go through the wreath and the yarn in the back and secure it. All we have left is to give some dovetails to the end of our ribbon, and that is it for this project. Super simple, very adorable. I love the chunky yarn look, and here it is. Let me know what you guys think about this project.
You're the only one who can make my dreams come true. I could see the end until he looked my way.
For this project, I thought it would be fun to make a homemade gift. So we're going to take some yarn, and this yarn also came from Hobby Lobby, but you could get your yarn anywhere, including the Dollar Tree. I just couldn't find any red or green or white yarn right now at this time. But we're going to take just a piece of cardboard and we're going to wrap our yarn around our cardboard, because if you hadn't figured it out, we're going to make a tassel. You're going to go however big you want to make your tassel, and I'll be honest, I didn't count how many loops I made. I just kind of went for the thickness. Once I cut that off of my paper, I have a group of yarn. All we're going to do to make our tassel is fold our group of yarn in half, and we're going to give it like a little head, like a doll up at the top. Once we have a little head, we're just going to take another piece of the red yarn and we're going to tie it off in the middle. Super easy. You can make several of these and you can create a tassel wreath or a tassel garland, but that is not what we're going to do with our tassels. So once we have it tied off, we're going to make a similar one that's matching. That way we can have 2, and once we have both of them created and tied off, we're going to trim them to make sure that they are the same size. And once we have them trimmed, I just kind of put them next to each other and then use my scissors to kind of give them a trim, much like you would if you were creating a pom-pom. I picked up this earring kit at the Dollar Tree. It was only $1.25 in the crafting area. And we're going to take 2 of these little hoops for earrings. We're using some pliers here. We're just going to take it apart so that the little hoop is open. We're going to take our tassel and we're going to go in the middle of our tassel and wrap one of our pieces of yarn around the hoop and take our pliers and close that back up. And that is it. We are creating really cute tassel earrings. These would be be a cute gift or just for yourself, I went ahead and I'm going to wear them this year for the Christmas season. Let me know what you think of these and if you'd recreate these for yourself. I've had the Snowman wreath form for quite a while. I got it at the Dollar Tree. We're going to be using our chunky yarn again. You could use regular yarn. So here I show you regular yarn is so much thinner than the chunky yarn, but you could use regular yarn for this project. It would just take quite a bit more yarn to cover this project. So we're going to use some hot glue, and we have this all the way into the neck portion of the Snowman. We're going to take our yarn and just add some hot glue there, and then we're going to glue our yarn on. This is super simple. All we're going to do is go around the wreath form with our yarn again. Now this one's a little bit thinner than the normal wreath form that you get at Dollar Tree, so it doesn't take as much yarn for this one. But we're going to go ahead, go all around the body, leaving the arms, the black part. And once we're done, we're going to go ahead and cut that off and just add some hot glue up by the neck to secure the bottom section. Once we have that hot glued on, we're going to get ready to do the head. And I have to tell you guys, as I was doing the head, I wasn't really paying attention to I guess how much because I was putting the group of yarn through the head like I did the body, but the hole for the head is quite a bit smaller than the hole for the body. So just be really careful, because as I was going around with my yarn, not really paying attention, I snapped the hat off of our wreath. So you'll see here in a second that he no longer has a hat. So we have to kind of be creative here, but you're just going to do the same idea going all the way through or around. You can even cut just a piece if that's easier for you to get it through the circle. Once we have it through the circle, same idea, we're going to cut it off and glue it to the other part of the yarn. Like I said, I still had quite a bit of yarn left over even after this second project. So once I have that glued on, I decided I want to add the hat back on. So I'm just going to add some hot glue here, and I'm going to add it into the yarn. So I don't want the brim part necessarily to be showing. I don't like how it ends up looking kind of in the yarn. So to kind of fix that, I take some buttons and I'm going to go along the brim of the hat with the buttons. And I just kind of picked various sizes of the black buttons and I added them to the brim of the hat. That is optional. If you don't snap off the hat like I did, you can just leave it black or cover it with black yarn. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my snowman ribbon and I'm just going to create a cute little scarf or bow for him. I think it's adorable. I think it kind of looks like a bow tie. That is it. I'm just going to kind of fold over the ribbon to give it a more pleated, fancy look. And that is it for this guy. I'm so glad I held on to this wreath form for this project because he turns out super cute. Let me know what you think about this one. We're moving on to some wrapping here. So if you want to make your presents the best wrapped presents of the year, here's some ideas that you can go and do with just some simple yarn. We're going to have a package wrapped with just the brown paper wrapping from Dollar Tree. I took about 5 strands of green yarn and I went ahead and secured it in the back. I'm going to fan out those pieces of string to look like a Christmas tree, and I'm going to attach them in the back as well. You can use hot glue or tape, and then I used some red and white yarn that I tied into a knot and put to the top like a tree topper. That is it for this simple wrapping, but it gives such a cute idea. For this wrapping idea, we're just going to take some red and white yarn and we're going to make 3 strands of it. I have 2 red and 1 white. I'm going to go ahead and wrap my present around lengthwise with it. I'm going to turn it around in the back, fold it over and come back so that I have kind of a cross look. All I'm going to do is tie a knot in the middle of that, and that is it for this. I had some cookie cutters left over from a set I got from Goodwill, and so what we're going to do, sometimes people will use baker's twine to wrap Christmas ornaments, but we're going to use yarn today. This is really easy. Anyone can do this, and if you don't have any cookie cutters on hand, a lot of times Dollar Tree will sell cookie cutters, especially at Christmas time. They will be plastic instead of metal, but you can do this same project idea, and you could also have kids do this one. I do put a little bit of hot glue down to begin with, but then the rest of it is not hot glued until you get to the end. So if you're doing this with kids, you could definitely do the hot glue part first, and then they can wrap away. This would be great for kids, grandkids, or if you're a teacher, this would be a fun ornament for kids to take home for Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 ornaments. I'm doing a candy cane and an angel, and then that is it for all you're going to do for this project. You're just going to wrap the entire thing with yarn. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little hanger. All we're going to do is take some of the same colored yarn, and we're going to tie a little hanger onto it. We're going to put a little bow at the top, and you can use these a couple different ways. I show you guys here how to use it as a Christmas tree ornament and how to top a present, and it makes a really cute, fun touch for any Christmas gifts you might be giving this year. Let me know if you want to give this one a try.
I could see the end until he looked my way. I used to be blue, now I'm brand new, all wrapped up in red.
Another quick wrapping idea, I love to use these brown paper bags. You can get a whole bunch of these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I think there's either 50 or 100 in the bag. I want to say 50. All you're going to do is poke 2 holes. I'm using my crocodile, and I'll link my crocodile down in the description box if you don't have one. I highly recommend picking one up. There are so many things you can do with your crocodile. I'm going to go ahead and take 3 pieces of yarn. I have a green, red, and white. We're going to go ahead and thread it through one side of the package. We're then going to go ahead and take it and go back through the other hole, and then we're going to be able to tie it off. This is super easy, and it gives such a fun touch to maybe a secret Santa gift, or if you're sending lunches for a kiddo during Christmas time in brown paper bags, this would be a really cute lunch idea as well. All you're going to do is, once you get it through the holes, tie it off in a cute little bow, and that is it for this project. Let me know what you guys think about this one.
Keep on dreaming of his face. He just melts my heart away. I'm all glittery 'cause he makes it feel like Christmas.
Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and give a monogrammed present, and my husband's name starts with an M, so we're going to go ahead and create an M here. I put some buttons around just to give it a little bit more pizzazz on the present, but this would be really fun for kids to make and customize for their siblings or grandma and grandpa. It's just a fun way to use yarn to create some cute wrapping. Thanks so much for joining me on this creative journey. I'd love to hear about your favorite yarn projects in the comments below. What's the most creative or unique thing you've ever made with yarn? And don't forget to check out my other videos for more crafting tips and techniques to help you make the most of your holiday season. As always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!